5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Period, 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 period.
Damn, I think our hair looks the same today. My eyelash is just not big enough.
Oh man, you know what's crazy? Rick sent that TikTok to me, and I was like, this is gonna be everywhere. But I also had a feeling because I knew it was gonna be everywhere because everybody was gonna be like angry, of course. And I was like, I went to go search around, and she's portraying a character that's not really her thinking she's cool. But let me ask you this. Hey, what's up, y'all? Welcome back to No Chaser Podcast. I'm Tim Chantarangsu.
I'm Ricky Shucks.
I'm Nikki Blades.
Let me ask you this, Rick. Or is that like the fact that you know she's portraying a character? Is that more irritating than her really pretending or really being this person?
If she was really that person, it wouldn't have been irritating at all.
Right.
Because like I don't care what you want to call it. That's not black.
Right.
Whatever she was doing, it was just fucking funny on accident.
Mm-hmm.
She was just embarrassing herself. The fact that it's a character makes it funnier to me because at that point, if I don't know if I'm giving her too much credit, but it might be her making fun of the people who try to act that way. So that makes it better to me.
Okay. Interesting. All right. Well, okay. Speaking of characters and race issues, I wanted to talk about this so bad. I've been itching to talk about this. Why is everybody? Well, not everybody. Why are people so pissed about Black Little Mermaid?
Man.
Because they're racist.
I know.
You're racist. If you are mad that an imaginary character is black, you're racist.
It kills me. There's so many instances of non-imaginary characters that are not white being played by white people. How are you so mad at this, right?
Okay, when people thought there was going to be backlash, right? In my head, I'm like, oh yeah, it's gonna be some people that are gonna be a little miffed about this, right? But I had no idea, and like maybe this is me just being ignorant to how ignorant people are, but like I did not think people would be that mad. You know what I'm saying?
I knew they were gonna be that mad because they like being upset. They just want to be mad, and this is a great way to show their hate. Like if you're upset whenever a fictional character's background is changed, you really are a little loose in the head.
Yeah, it being a fictional character definitely makes it a lot worse.
Right.
Like, damn, bro, like you're really that mad about that. And for a while I was like, I get it. Like, if they fucking cast Brad Pitt as the Black Panther, I'm gonna be pissed off. What's the point of changing that, right?
Right.
But when it comes to black characters, the blackness of them usually is a focal point of the story. With the Little Mermaid, her race is not.
It's nothing.
Right.
Exactly. Like,
so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, because like let's say Brad Pitt played the Black Panther. That's the Black Panther. So of course you'd be mad, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
Like, for example, of course, if they fucking casted, I don't mean to keep picking on her, but if Scarlett Johansson plays live action Mulan,
we have a problem.
That's a problem.
We have a problem.
Because
the storyline
race was directly related to the story.
Yeah.
Okay, so then let me ask you this. They changed Ariel from being white to black. Would people be more upset if Disney just wrote a whole other mermaid movie and made that main character black?
I mean, that's what they wanted. That's what they're saying. Just make a new character. Like, why do you have to change it? It was just like, why does it matter, bro?
Why does it matter?
Look,
it's so stupid.
If her daddy white still.
Is he?
Yeah.
Who's her dad?
I don't remember his name, but I sent you that picture of the whole cast.
Oh, yeah.
Her pops is white. The only other black person in the main cast is Sebastian.
Oh, yes. David Diggs. Yeah.
Everybody else is white.
Well, Aquafina is Scuttle,
who was a boy.
Yeah.
There we go.
And a white boy. Y'all mad?
And why the only Asian character has to be a bird? What's up with that? What are they saying?
Let's point out everything to be mad at. Just all of it.
They saying bird flu.
Wow.
They trying to blame the Asians for the flus.
Wow. You know what Disney has done in other shows? Like Tinkerbell. She is Tinkerbell. They've never touched that character, but you know what they have added? They have other shows with other fairies, and they're all of different backgrounds.
Yeah.
And Disney has been doing, they try to do their part, I feel like, on some of their kids' shows to show diversity. This is one example. I think they got this right. I think that showing Ariel in a different light is more about representation than just giving them a whole nother character, because I'm not gonna lie, my nieces, when they saw the preview, had the same reaction that a lot of other little girls had. They looked at the screen and went, oh my God, there is somebody that looks like me. And I thought that was really, really special.
And here's the thing. I feel like it's also not like shoved in there for no reason. Like, she can really, really sing. Like, she probably has the most like angelic voice of a popular musical artist.
That's what the director said. He was like, I had her audition and she did the best. Nobody else came close.
Yeah. And she didn't just get the part because of her background. It was like, no, she can sing. She fits it. And honestly, just thinking about how beautiful her voice is, I do have chills. Like, she's going to absolutely destroy this role. It's going to be amazing.
It's going to be
so good. This is one that I'm going to the theaters. Take all the kids. We're all going.
No, I'm leaving the kids at home so I can enjoy this.
He's going to be singing the whole time.
Veda, Chia, actually, everybody stay the fuck home. I'm going myself so I can enjoy this shit, bro.
Adults only screening is only no crying babies. The me only screening.
I was talking to Rick, speaking of the videos of all the little black girls reacting and being like, that's me. I was talking to them. It was funny, though, because I was scrolling through a bunch of them, too. And there's a couple where, like, now these were the ones that would be left out of the compilations.
Yeah.
But where the mom would be like, look, show them the trailer, and the girl would be like, ooh. And the mom would be like, okay, well, what do you think? She's like, that's nice. Like, okay, but how does it make you feel? It's like, I like it. Like, okay, but why? Like, the mom's trying to get this super.
Don't you feel represented? Say that. Say you feel represented.
Read the script, child. We're trying to go viral over here.
The daughter's like, she's pretty. Okay.
Which actually, I think that's pretty dope. I think the fact that it's not even like so shocking to the little, to some of those kids, it shows that, like, look, there's way more diversity nowadays than there used to be, to where we're so in awe of just seeing some sort of representation. The fact that we have to be shocked to see anybody on the screen that looks like us is sad.
It is. But the best one of all of those videos is the one Tim sent me. It's a little white girl. She watches it and she's shocked and she's into it. She's feeling it. At the end, she says, is it just me? Or is that Whitney Houston? How do you know who Whitney Houston is, little girl? That was so funny.
Oh, speaking of Whitney Houston, she has there's going to be a movie coming out.
Again.
Another movie, and it's going to be showing, like, her career, the highlights of her career.
Mm-hmm.
And
it looks good.
It does look good. I'm going to watch that too.
Who would play you in your tell-all movie?
I really hate to say this, but there's not many people with the same background as me. So I would have to say Nicole Scherzinger is the only celebrity that is close to the same mix as I am.
I mean, this is Hollywood, Nikki Blades.
But, just get the old version. She's hot. She can play. I think she's beautiful. But
she definitely is.
Yeah, but I don't know. I mean, if we're trying to be, as on point as possible, I've never seen anybody other than her that looked like me.
Right. I mean, that depends on if you're going for physical accuracy with this shit, right? Which people do really like to see in biopics.
Well, yeah, or at least have one of the things I'm mixed with. Like that, if there was going to be someone that's not anything I'm mixed with playing me, that would be something I would kind of feel a way about. I would love if there was someone with a similar mix to kind of feel more represented for other people like me. Which, I mean, if we're going to discuss that, I've never looked at the screen or watched a movie and saw anybody that looked like me. I'm finding out later on in life there are some celebrities that have the same background but never talk about it or have never brought that to the forefront. So,
seeing someone that like looks like you on screen as a representation thing is so interesting. Being like, okay, so from me growing up, right? It was very random, specific times when I felt like I'm represented. You know what I'm saying? Because I was never.
And they were all Dante Bosco.
Yeah. 9 times out of 10, it was Dante Bosco, right? And because like I wouldn't feel represented watching a fucking Jackie Chan movie.
Right.
This is so different than a Asian American experience, right? So Dante Bosco, of course, I'm like, hey, but also like little shit that I thought would only resonate with me. Okay, so there's a Monica video for I could make a move, but I won't. Don't get down on the first night. There's one Asian dude in that video, but he's the main one that she dances with.
Yeah.
And I remember as a little kid, I was probably like 11 watching that shit, be like, yo, Asian dude in this R&B video, crazy. Stuck with me forever, right?
That's interesting.
So
I'll say why after, but that's interesting.
And so years and years later, I want to say like 2 years ago, I was at this YouTube Asian American dinner, you know what I'm saying, during like Asian Appreciation Month, whatever. And who was making a speech? Either I was saying thank you or Phil from Wong Fu somehow. Oh, Phil was like this. Phil was like, growing up, there wasn't a lot that where I saw representation for Asian males. He's like, maybe like the random R&B video. I'm like, Monica, first night. He was like, oh my God. How did you? I'm like, yes, dog, me too.
It's so funny.
Interesting.
Yeah. Interesting because Jackie Chan doesn't do it. But the sexy Asian dude in the music video
That's
does
who he's
it
always
as
wanted to
if
be.
They are sexy Asian dudes from music videos.
That's his thing. That is his thing.
Ricky Shucks, you forget that I think very highly of you.
No. I remember. You remind me all the time.
But going back to like music videos, it was so when Nicole Scherzinger did the reality show and they made Eden's Crush.
Mm-hmm.
And when they were talking about her background, they talked about her dancing hula, where she was from. And that to me, like growing up, we saw a lot of hula dancing, very focused on, we knew our culture and that's how we were raised. But on the mainstream, like when she came out and then she was showing that was the only person I have ever seen represent being Hawaiian, but also being mixed, multiple backgrounds, and doing something that I did growing up. I have never, actually till this day, seen somebody else represent for females. We have Jason Momoa, we have The Rock, but that's very few. I just named 2 people, and that's probably the extent of the list. If not, we know people who are born in Hawaii that are in other roles, but they're not of the same, background. So it's like you hold on to those little moments, and it's nice that there's going to be probably more opportunities for people growing up to see faces, similar backgrounds. People are trying to stay as close as possible, to like casting people correctly. Like if you are part Filipino and the character is Filipino, you are going to want to have an actor that is part Filipino playing the role, because we want to see actual representation, just not like someone playing someone that's mixed with something else.
Yeah.
You got something important to say?
I'm going to remember it. Go ahead.
Oh, well, because I got a question.
Oh, I'm going to say it then.
Okay.
I was going to say what's interesting is I love that, people are being very specific about representation, because, it does matter. You know what I'm saying? But I remember growing up when I wanted to do acting thinking, oh, lit. I'm an Asian guy. I can play all types of everybody from Japanese to Thai to Filipino to whatever, right? But I think now, as Hollywood is more aware of that and also is kind of scared, if it's a Thai person, for the most part, they would really like a Thai person to play a Thai character, shit like that, right? So now I'm writing shit. Like, for example, I'm writing this movie for me and David where we're brothers, and I'm like, I gotta write that our parents are Thai and Korean, and we're half Thai, half Korean, so no one's like, oh, you know what I'm saying?
Okay, so that is part of my question. Is it worth that price? when we get so hyper specific.
Mm-hmm.
Like, wait, the character is this and he's not this.
Mm-hmm.
Because then that limits what you can do.
Hey, do y'all like having sexual intercourse?
Sometimes.
Man, well, if you're looking for that extra confidence when it's time for sex, let me tell you about BlueChew.com, okay? BlueChew is a unique online service that delivers the same active ingredients as Viagra and Cialis, but in chewable form and at a fraction of the cost. I love me some BlueChew, okay? The process is simple. Sign up at BlueChew.com, consult with one of their licensed medical providers, and once you're approved, you'll receive your prescription within days. What's the best part? It's all done online. BlueChew's licensed medical providers work with you to find the right ingredient and strength for your prescription, okay? If you don't like swallowing pills, there are no problems here because BlueChew sildenafil and tadalafil tablets are chewable. Let me tell you, Chia be trying to make babies sometimes, and sometimes my penis gets a little tired. So I take a BlueChew and I am good to go for some extra rounds, and that is convenient, okay? BlueChew's tablets are made in the USA and they prepare and ship direct, so it's cheaper than a pharmacy. So if you could benefit from extra confidence when it's time to perform, visit BlueChew.com. And hey, here's a special deal just for you guys. Try BlueChew free when you use our promo code TIM at checkout. Just pay $5 shipping. That's BlueChew.com, promo code TIM to receive your first month free. Man, let me tell you. When it comes to therapy and psychiatry, getting the help you need has never been so simple, and what a blessing that is, okay? When you're able to access your provider from the comfort of your device, it means mental health care can be on your schedule, and alleviating the wait times to get an appointment or the travel time to an office can free up time for the rest of your life. It's lit. Talkspace is so convenient and accessible. It helps me feel supported around the clock, and I love that, people are talking about mental health way more nowadays than you and me were growing up. So that's why this is beautiful, all right? I wholeheartedly recommend Talkspace for therapy. You can sign up online and get a personalized match with a provider that's right for you, typically within 48 hours. You can text, video, or send voice messages to your licensed therapist, so it's incredibly convenient to have virtual sessions from the comfort of your home. Lord knows I'm not trying to get up and shower and get dressed just to talk about some mental health, okay? Getting started is the most important part. There's no need to wait until something goes wrong in your life to work with a therapist. Of course, Talkspace is also there to help with any specific challenges you might be facing. It's the #1 online therapy platform with thousands of licensed therapists trained in over 40 specialties, including anxiety, depression, relationships, and more. Your therapist can help you set and achieve your goals, okay? And it's super secure. Talkspace is secure and private using the latest end-to-end bank-grade encryption technology to store client information and complying with the latest HIPAA regulations. And let me tell you, I got a special treat just for y'all. As a listener of this podcast, you'll get $100 off your first month with Talkspace. To match with a licensed therapist today, go to Talkspace.com. Make sure to use the code CHASER to get $100 off your first month and show your support for the show, okay? That's CHASER at Talkspace.com.
Totally.
Yeah. I mean, and that's where it gets a little annoying, right?
Yeah.
Where white people can play all types of white people and no one's gonna give a shit, right? And I'm not blaming any white people for that. I'm just saying, if it's a white guy playing a Irish dude or playing a country dude or playing
nobody cares.
Fucking Australian, no one gives a shit, right?
Yeah.
But then amongst the Asian community, there will be people who are like, how you gonna have a Japanese person playing a Taiwanese person? It's like, man, it definitely gets down that lane of shit, man. It's slim pickings. It's already slim pickings out here.
Yeah.
I do think one of the reasons why people want them to cast specifically is to say that there are giving opportunities to people that normally wouldn't get them. So when you're walking into the casting room, of course it's going to limit jobs, right? And normally when you're modeling or acting, you try to cover as much, I could play any of these parts or I could be any one of these things. Look at all the things I could do or what I can represent. But a lot of people want to have the options available to those that may not be able to be seen in the room normally.
Let me ask you this, Rick, because I know a lot of people be upset about this sometimes. How do you feel about all the black actors from the UK playing the English-speaking people?
Okay, so that's part of why I asked that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because to me, acting is an art.
Mm-hmm.
Being able to portray something that you're not naturally is an art.
Of course.
Like that's what acting is. So it gets kind of weird to me when we get super specific.
Right.
But I do understand the need for representation. I think we kind of took the what's the word? Not the easy route. We took what was thrown to us with the, okay, well, I'm this race, I'm this ethnicity, let me have that role, as opposed to
You earned it.
let me be able to read for anything.
Yeah.
And I think that fucks everything up, right? Now, that specific thing, I find it just kind of funny. Like, what's happening in these rooms to where American actors aren't getting these roles? Because I know you're reading for it.
Right.
How did you not get
going
it?
on?
Like, hey man, your American accent just isn't as American as this British guy.
Exactly. Like it's interesting. Samuel Jackson, he said that they're cheaper.
Oh.
He said that they pay them less than they would an American actor.
Interesting.
And that's why it works. I think it was Samuel Jackson. It was some like big black actor who went, he did like an interview or some shit like that, and they asked him about it.
Did people perceive that as shade?
He was angry.
Of course.
He was talking shit.
There's politics in the room, no matter what room you step in. There's always some sort of something going on in the background that nobody knows about in the front. Like, we don't know what they're looking for. And that's why a lot of the times people are pissed off when someone gets a role or someone doesn't get a role. Because you're going, yo, did you just get it because you fit the quota? Or did you get it because you earned it? And that goes into film. That goes into your day-to-day jobs. This goes into so many different things, because what we're not seeing is a discussion being had about what they want, but not what necessarily is right.
Yeah. Right. But what I will say in defense of all of them, who has sucked? None of them have sucked. All of them have killed whatever role they've been in so far. Like Franklin Saint.
Oh gosh,
Snowfall's my favorite show of all time.
So good,
right? And when I found out he was British, I was like, hold on, bro.
Like, you're great.
Like this is a real story about shit that really went down here.
Yeah.
I know 17 people personally that could have played the shit out of this role a little bit more authentic because they grew up in that area. But I can't be mad at what he did with it.
Right.
He kills that shit.
So good.
It's funny because I didn't know he was British until me and Rick, we were on a little tour of SoFi Stadium. SoFi Stadium.
Sophie.
I'm just so used to reading shit in Spanish now. so we were on a little tour of SoFi Stadium, SoFi, and
you said biopic earlier, and that made me.
It's okay. We just yeah.
Oh no, yeah, I say biopic. Y'all say biopic?
Yeah.
Oh, I say biopic. And Franklin Saint was on that tour with us, and I didn't know because we first met him, and he was like, yeah. He was like, oh, what's up, blah blah blah. And then it wasn't until we were on a tour of the restaurant and at the stadium, and I heard him say, "So all the food comes through here," and I'm like, "This was British?" Rick was like, "Yeah, man." I was like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah, it's always wild when you see these actors go on the talk shows and they're just going through all of that. I'm in awe at times, just like, how crazy is it that you can turn that on and off?
Yeah.
And then you think, like you said, well, how did someone else that actually is that not get this part?
It gets interesting.
But then you're like, but he's great. Was someone better? Like, what happened in the room?
Did I tell you about my country accent I had to do for that Thai movie?
Stop it. Stop it. No, I did
So,
not.
all right. So I talked about this on some other shit. But there's a movie out right now called 13 Lives. It's on Prime, I do believe. Ron Howard directed about those 13 Thai boys, the soccer players that got trapped in the cave. So I got hit up to audition for that. There's a very specific role of a dude who grew up in America, but he goes to Thailand to help with like rocks and water levels and shit like that, right? But it specifically said he has a country, like a Southern accent. So I'm like, fuck. And mind you, the only Southern accent I've ever done is like, you know, fucking around like, oh hey, you better take that you better get off my property with that type
Right,
of shit.
a
We're just
super
like
exaggerated.
like America, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But so I'm like, all right, let me try and do this accent, right? So I'm trying to tone it down, but I'm trying to do it. But I'm also, sometimes you dress for these auditions, right? So I'm like, what is like a country outfit? So I took one of my flannels and cut the sleeves off.
Did you ask what type of country they was wanting? Like, or you just assuming?
I wanted to paint the picture. You know what I'm saying? And I told you this, right? No. So I took the red flannel that I have, one of my old ones from probably Fashion Nova Men, and I cut the sleeves off, and then I let my hair down, and then also.
Did you put a trucker hat on?
No, I didn't. I felt like that was gonna be too much, but I didn't put the trucker hat on. But I did also. It was either over like a race car shirt I had or a fucking like Stone Cold t-shirt or some shit.
This motherfucker
like, what are you, white
Joe
trash?
Dirt.
I was gonna say, what country?
Fucking my name is Earl and shit.
But my agent informed me that I had made it onto their, like, I was on a list of like potential, like, it was between me and a few other people.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
So it worked.
I guess, to an extent. It didn't work all the way because I didn't get the part. But yeah. But that was like me just trying to be like, fuck, let me get real Southern with it.
That's so funny. Did you just Google?
That's why I asked. Did you ask like what type? Because country comes in all different.
Said, hey, who from Texas follows me?
Nah, dog. All up here, buddy.
Park for that
Imagination.
One.
And I had to say, General, you can't drill here. That's sedimentary rock.
Do it again. Do it again.
That is. General, stop! You can't drill here. That's sedimentary rock. That's something sandstone, General.
I don't want your life. God damn, that's funny.
Wow.
But okay, so now you see why the British dudes get parts.
I see why, because
they
good at
don't do shit like that.
Oh my god, they do their research.
You be buying stuff?
Sometimes.
You get receipts when you buy stuff?
Usually.
Do you have the Fetch app?
No.
Well, you are messing up, dog. Fetch Rewards is a super easy to use free app where you earn free rewards on literally anything you buy. Scan any receipt or e-receipt and you will earn points no matter where you shop or what you buy. You then redeem those points for hundreds of rewards, including Amazon and Visa gift cards. Fetch is a totally free app and easy to use. Download Fetch right now, dog. Now you want to ask why? Speed. You can scan receipts, redeem points, and spend a reward all from your mobile device in a matter of minutes. It's easy to use. You just scan your receipt. The process only takes seconds. You don't have to worry about where the receipt is from or what it's on. Just scan your receipt and get points. It's a simple process. You get rewards, bro. The points you earn can turn into gift cards. Like I said, Amazon gift cards, Visa gift cards, but you can also get them for like specific restaurants. So if you want to give a gift to somebody you know that loves Claim Jumper, if Claim Jumper still exists, you can get a card for them. That's pretty dope, man. Or any retail store, too. You can get them a Macy's gift card. You like Macy's, don't you?
I love Macy's.
All right, then. So just check out our link in the description, man. Use the code NOCHASER and get 3,000 points when you scan your first receipt. Download the app now and use the code NOCHASER to get 3,000 points when you scan your first receipt. This is a limited time offer for our viewers only. So go do it right now. Today's episode is brought to you by TrueClassic. Guys, let's talk about t-shirts. Finding that perfect fitting shirt can be terrible. I swear the thing is either way too tight, has a case of the bacon neck, or it's just plain old big and boxy. But luckily, TrueClassic wants to make every man look and feel good. Tighter fit in the chest and the sleeves that make your arms pop, and room in the torso to keep things cozy. Plus, all of their styles are super soft and pocket friendly. So guys, there's no excuses. Get rid of those ratty t-shirts I know you've been hanging on to for years and get ready to upgrade. We have an exclusive deal for our listeners. We want to hook you up with some True Classics for a limited time only. Get 25% off with the code NOCHASER at TrueClassics.com. Now, almost all men's t-shirts are designed to look good on certain body types. The skinny models with six packs. But most of us aren't packing anything but a couple of beers. In my case, a keg. But it's cool. True Classic got us. My dudes, it is simple. You are wearing the wrong clothes. True Classic tees taper off towards the bottom, but they fit tighter around the chest, giving you a little security in your moobs. Who can't use that? I'm wearing one right now. Look how secure my moobs look. And if you were wondering, yeah, they got it for the big boys too. They got long body options for the tall guys and up to 3X, triple X, 3X's.
What?
In all of their staple colors. So just really no excuse. Go to True Classics, get you some t-shirts, get rid of them old t-shirts, look good, strap your moves down, let your belly fly. Just get comfortable, man. Get going and upgrade your wardrobe to True Classics. Get 25% off at TrueClassics.com with the code NOCHASER. Free shipping included on purchases over $100. And there's a 100% risk-free guarantee with a 30-day return policy. True Classic. When you look good, you feel good. I was not ready.
You guys have seen Nacho Libre, yeah?
Yeah.
Yes.
So, Skeleto, he's very, if y'all remember, like, I believe in science, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's like, he has a very, like, specific, funny Mexican accent that he does, right? And and I remember Eric being hurt almost because he saw the actor that plays Skeleto, Steven, his name in the movie, doing some type of like just behind the scenes shit, and that's just his voice. And Eric thought he was like an amazing comedic actor.
Oh no, but he was
but
just
dude just sounds like that.
He just was living.
He's just behind the scenes like, oh, can I have a water? And Eric's like, damn, man, I thought this fool was hilarious.
Did he feel bad after? Like, damn, I'm laughing at him. This is not intentional.
But yeah, man, I think that's the thing too. You hear a lot of UK, Australian people will be like, yeah, let me try my my American accent. They'll be like, water. Can I have some water? And they sound just like us, right?
Yeah.
But then us, we don't necessarily know about all the specific intricacies of different UK accents.
It's because we're not weird. So it's easier to just be normal.
Exactly.
We're normal.
Because we are normal. You hear how we pronounce those R's, homie? Water. Not water. You see how it's spelled?
Water.
Yeah, like,
Water?
y'all made the language. You put the R at the end.
Yeah, what the
and
fuck?
then you don't use it?
Oh my goodness. These damn letters that don't make sense. Why is there a T? It's tsunami.
yeah, facts.
It's tsunami.
I remember, dog. I was in like second grade, right? I used to love dinosaurs. I still do. And so I knew
Pterodactyl.
the pterodactyl. I knew it was pterodactyl because I was fucking smart. But this girl, Sarah Fleming.
So you just first and
Whole
last
name.
Yes, well,
her.
because we're still good friends.
Okay.
As pretty much. She was like, we weren't friends yet at this point in our lives, but I was saying pterodactyl, and she's like, pterodactyl. I'm like, it's pterodactyl. She's like, then why is there P there? And I didn't know how to argue with that, but I'm like, it's pterodactyl.
It's silent, okay?
Yeah, dummy.
It's pointless, useless, and silent.
Yeah.
The English?
P and pneumonia.
Oh, pneumonia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's damn, just messing you up.
We should just go the Hawaii way and just limit it to like 8 letters of the
That's all you
alphabet
need.
because then you got all these random letters that aren't being
Okay.
used.
Hold on. We're going to talk about it. I get a text message from Tim out of nowhere. I forgot
Talking about Boto?
that these two went to Hawaii.
Yes.
And he's like, Nikki Blades, how come you never told me about Boto? And in my mind, I'm going, because I don't just, we say Boto at home, right? Like we say Boto boy, stupid, just Boto is used all the time. Yeah, call a little Boto boy, you know?
Wow.
So we've just always, oof.
Yeah.
Which is actually Samoan, I think. I don't know if that's actually Hawaiian. Somebody correct me, someone's going to. But like, oof, Boto, okoli, ass. But just like,
Koli. Oh, that makes sense. Colon.
Hauna, stink. There's just like certain words that we use that I don't use with anybody other than my family or when I'm at home. So Boto never even crossed my mind when I'm hanging out with you guys.
So to clarify,
wow, you don't think about our.
I'm definitely not thinking
What kind of friend are you?
Okay, Boto boys.
So Boto means penis.
Yes,
Since we haven't
Boto
even told y'all
means
yet.
penis.
Because we saw this TikTok me and Rick were just talking, and this girl was talking. She was going through her little like Tinder messages, or whatever, and she was like, why would I keep talking to you when you could bring up Boto or some shit like that? And I was like, what? Boto, this whole time there's been a funny word for penis that Nikki Blades never told us about?
I just never, I don't use that regularly. Boto, there's a couple really good TikTokers.
Boto is great.
That show, you know.
Oofing is great.
Yeah,
oofing. Oofing is slang for fucking.
Yes, I wish I could remember this guy's TikTok, but he's always
That
talking
nigga
about
oof
like,
real quick.
he's always talking about like local boys versus like other guys. And he's like, if when you're on a date, you're the guy from Florida or wherever, he's like, oh, what's up, girl? Just being like such a douchebag. And then he goes into like the local boy. He's like, oh, like Ufe Mayora.
Oh my God.
Oh, you're like, go Sandy's, like Ufe Mayora. And then it's just like, honey, give me a kiss. You like oof. You like touch my boto. So I never use that unless I'm around people that use that back to me. And also, there's nothing sexy about somebody asking you to oof.
That's why it's so funny.
There's
so
nothing
funny.
sexy. Oh, you like oof.
You trying to oof?
You like touch my boto.
I promise you, I'm gonna say that. To
You're going to say
somebody.
that?
Being serious.
We gotta go back to Hawaii so you can bust out the oofing,
Nah,
dog.
I'm saying to somebody who don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. Then I'm gonna explain it to her.
Then Sakisi Lamoy.
What's that?
Kiss my ass.
Sakisi Lamoy.
So in like Hawaii, there's a lot of there's just like a lot of languages that it's mushed into pidgin or just like everyday kind of conversations. I don't know where most of them come from. I just say words and nobody told me where it is from. So I don't even know if Boto's Hawaiian. I don't know because I don't think we have a B. Do we have a B in our alphabet? I don't think so.
Good question.
I'm trying to think of other Hawaiian words or places.
Okay, how was your Hawaii trip, by the way?
Amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, it was short. We were in and out because, like, you know, I was trying to get back to the baby, but it was fun, man. The wedding was beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
It was on, like, you know, a mountain on like the north side, overlooking just like water, and the sunset was tight. It was like it was great. And got extremely turnt.
Nice.
The night before the wedding. It's been a long time without you, my friend, alcohol. And it was great to, you know, be away from all responsibilities of parenthood and just get very, very drunk. Yeah,
Okay.
it was a good time. Everybody was super hungover the next day, though.
Ooh,
I'm talking about a girl was like everybody was super hungover, and this one girl was like, "Oh, I puked." I'm like, "Oh, this morning at the hotel." She's like, "No, literally, like at the venue." She's like, "I literally just puked in the bathroom."
Lived a little too much. How's it for you, Rick?
It was great. It was freaking great. I got in the ocean in Hawaii.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I wanted to do.
And how'd that make you feel?
Fat.
You
It
looked
was
around,
cool.
hold on, but you was in Hawaii and you like it's
It
pretty.
was like tourists.
Oh, you were
Hawaii.
there. Oh,
It was
okay.
a bunch of
Mm-hmm.
little flat-booted people.
Those are the flat booty kind.
Yeah, we stole a couple rocks. It was cool, man.
What? You better take that shit
Nah.
back. I do not know these people.
Nah, we would never. We've seen the Brady Bunch special.
Yeah, God damn it.
I was trying to convince you guys to come with me for the golf tournament that I'm playing in.
Yeah, make it later.
I cannot. I'm just happy to be invited.
Tell them I'm Nikki Blades. I've only been golfing for a month, but I'm amazing. Change this shit for me.
Shout out Oahu Golf Apparel. They invited me out. It's Players in Paradise. It's like some charity event that we're going to be doing out there. But I was
Sounds like a
trying-
Too Short album.
Yeah, that actually does sound like a Too Short album. But we golfing out there, and I'm actually really excited. I was trying to get y'all to come back home.
Yeah.
Come back home. Tim, don't you golf-ish?
I do. I used to golf more-ish, but yeah, I miss it. You know, I think the thing about it is you do have to be consistent.
You do.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And even if you're not consistent, playing a fucking, we talked about this before, playing a round, 9 holes is like hours of commitment.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Like 9 is like 2 hours. 18, I've only played 18 twice.
Mm-hmm. That's like a whole day thing.
That shit is a whole day, but I did break 102 times.
Oh, you lit.
I did, yeah, 98 both times.
That's great.
So I'm out there, but yeah.
Yeah, I just got some dirty clubs collecting dust in my garage.
You gotta dust them things off. Let's go.
Do you get to say I golf if you're not good?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I feel
Because you can't say like, oh yeah, I hoop if you
no.
suck.
No. Golf. Let me tell you, the golfers, some of y'all don't fucking golf. If you literally just go on the weekends once every couple of months when your homeboys invite you out, like, don't tell me about my stance. Like, leave me alone. But there are a lot of, people that just love the sport. And I think that's what's dope about it is that anybody can play. Like, literally, it don't matter. Dress the part, go out. And if you go, I guess, once a month or whenever you go, if you own clubs, you're a golfer.
But also, I feel like you can't say I hoop if you're not good at basketball, but you could say I play basketball sometimes. If you play basketball,
but you would never say hoop.
Yeah, you can't say hoop. I feel like you can't say I play basketball.
Yeah, I get. Okay.
Like if someone asks you play ball and you're not good, you gotta I mean, like I mess around.
Well, you know what? That's
your
the
ass.
thing.
If you say,
Here's the difference. It's all a semantics issue because it's the play in there. Because when you say I golf, it's like you don't necessarily take that as a you're good. But if you say like I play basketball, it sounds like, oh, you might be good. Like I think if you were able to be like, I basketball, then it's like, okay, that sounds more casual.
Yeah.
Or if there was a cooler word equivalent of hoop, like, oh, do you golf or do you swang?
So golf doesn't have a hoop.
No.
Nah,
Okay.
I hole.
Or like, I'm like, bro, I've never really met anybody who, we've met people who've been golfing their whole lives and we didn't even know that because you just assume like, oh, you golf. It could be any level. Like you could be a weekend warrior. You could be somebody that's tried or you played in high school. It's very vague. But basketball, baseball, just things that require a lot of physical, you got to be good at to actually say. Then you ask their like skill level. When did you play? If you just play pickup at the Y, leave me alone.
Yeah.
It's fucked up because golf is like, it's like, people take lessons and shit.
They do.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
I do.
I think that's why maybe since it's such it's like, you got some gloves, okay, you be golfing. Or not gloves, but you got some clubs, you be golfing. You know what I'm saying? Because it's just so much. You know what's crazy? You know what reminds me of golfing that I didn't realize was so complex until I started taking a couple lessons was fucking boxing.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I didn't realize the intricacies of boxing until, maybe the first lesson, you just 1-2s and shit, couple like, jabs and shit, right? But then like once they know, okay, you know how to do this, let me show you how to really do it. And I'm like, fuck, this is so much to remember. And there was one point where I was taking my little boxing lessons and dude was like, okay, so just like, just transfer your weight like this. I'm like, oh, like golfing? He was like, exactly. I was like, God.
Everything is always an analogy to some other sport.
Exactly, yeah. But okay, so that's the thing. Like, you can't say I box.
No.
Right.
If you can't fucking box.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
But yeah.
Golfing is interesting because, okay, like with you and James, when you played, you said you golf. And then y'all got out there, he was like, nigga, you don't golf.
Yeah.
He understood when he got there. It was like, you don't golf.
Yeah.
So it's like you don't know until you get there.
Right.
That sucks.
And since I've been posting videos and I talk about my score, then there's people that are like, oh, so you actually are golfing. Like you're golfing. You're not just saying you golf occasionally or whatever. And those that do golf, that are good, they evaluate all the people who say they golf because they are sitting back just watching everything. And now with the live tournaments and that whole other league that's going on, golf is really starting to become, it's already been mainstream, but I feel like more accessible, and a lot of people are like, oh, I think I could get into it. And
it's becoming underground now. That's what it's doing. It started off mainstream.
Right. Now it's going to this
underground.
whole and I've seen people who have told me they golf, and I've seen their swing, and then I was like, you don't golf. It's okay.
Damn, you turned into one of those in a month.
You know why? The reason why is because the people that I end up judging are the ones that started talking shit to me when I first started swinging. They were just like, you play baseball or, just the stupid stuff. Or guys that the amount of men that challenge me daily to outdrive me is the weirdest. It's so strange to me when men try to challenge me on like anything physical. Like, are you not loved?
They don't care, nigga. They just trying to be in the same place as you.
Yeah.
But no, there's a difference between the guys that are like, oh, there's the ones that compliment or like, oh, let's go to the range or whatever. Then there's the ones that literally like are saying like, you ain't shit. Like,
Bitch, I'll drive you any day.
No, literally, that's
Let's
how.
go on a fucking date about it.
But I just find like, dude, they still think that shit works. It's
They
like
do.
They do, and
they
you're
really think that.
you're stupid if you challenge me.
They, it's like, here's the thing, right? It's like a lot of guys just don't know how to speak to women. And
Even when you can like delete the text before you send it, like you have the opportunity to read it before you send it and delete it after I say you're stupid. Don't double down.
Look, man, I've said it a million times. Not only is most of the world stupid, but most people are very lame.
Yeah.
And it's why I've been so successful with women in the past. I used to think maybe my game is on point, but it's not only that, it's just that everyone else is very lame.
I remember I was probably like 13 when ice skating with the homies. And we didn't know how to fucking ice skate.
Yeah.
Like we were clearly fucking slipping around and
Having
shit.
fun.
And there was this little girl, she was our age. She did some cool shit. And my friend jokingly was like, I could do that. She got so fucking mad. Oh, yeah, you think you're hot shit? Do it then. It was
Like, oh my God.
Yo, relax. It was a joke.
Oh my God.
That's Nikki.
I am.
Well, tell me about my stance.
It is annoying when it's like
It is.
but it's everybody.
It's a bunch of people.
The one, or look, if you are actually doing this and I see your videos, I will 1000% respect it. But if you do not swing better than me, I am just laughing. So it's almost funny because yes, I've turned into that person that practices every day. I'm taking lessons. I really respect the game. I think that it's fucking really cool that you can go outside, you be in nature. The fact like you can either go and try really hard or you can go and not give a fuck. Like anybody can be on the course together and one friend could be wanting to hit a birdie or par or whatever. And then somebody else is like, get that shit. Just drinking.
Man.
It's fun.
What I've learned though, you cannot do anything on the internet without random fucking critics
Oh, yeah.
who have never done it.
Yeah. Oh, who have
Nothing.
never done it.
From parenting
Oh.
to anything. Literally anything.
Yeah, man. There's always a very, I feel like a specific, every audience kind of has like their little niche crowds, right?
Mhm.
So it's like when they see you even dabbling in something, they're like, now it's my time to prove that I'm an expert.
Oh my God. I would say out of all the sports I play.
Bend your knee. Bend your knee.
Yes. Out of all of the things that I do, whether it's yoga, golf, basketball, baseball, any of the things, the basketball audience is the absolute fucking worst. All of y'all think you can play, but you can't. So I'll post a video of me like shooting a 3-pointer and the amount, it's dramatically different versus I can do a headstand, handstand, all these things. Everybody's so nice. I shoot a 3-pointer and it is like, your foot's on the line. You need to bend your elbow. I'll block your shit all day. Like,
this just supports my ongoing theory that tall people are some of the worst people.
No.
Is it Hoopers?
No, it's
exactly.
never.
No,
there's never been
not
a
gonna
hooper.
give a
Because you know
fuck.
what? Because the hooper will be like, hey, you still got your form. Good shit. It's the other guys that are like, I'll play one-on-one with you for your heart. And I'm like, this is not loving basketball. I think shout out to David Stowe, because he challenged me and we're going to play basketball against each other eventually. But it's funny because there are certain people that you're like, yes, I give you permission to talk your shit and we're going to go back and forth and this is going to be great and I'm here for it. David did say he's about to block my shit when I was shooting 3-pointers. So someday David and I are going to play basketball against each other, and we got to see if he's actually going to block my shit, which he might. And then I'm probably going to punch him in the boto because I'm not going to play fair.
I mean, you should definitely punch him when he tries to kiss you, though. 'Cause David's just like all these other guys.
Is that what David's doing?
Married or not.
How slow am I?
David has never played basketball in his life.
I was like, maybe David has played basketball. He said it so confidently. Wow, did I just get tricked into playing basketball with David?
Nah. David actually has a really funny old skit he did where he's this hooper named Ball Handles. And everyone, and they think it's because he has handles, but on the court, when like he's playing defense, he's just always grabbing dudes' nuts,
handling ball.
Hey guys, thanks for watching another episode of the No Chaser podcast. Hope you enjoyed our.
It's pretty like a wide range of subjects we covered in this
all
one.
of them were great.
Yes.
What we do.
I'm not going to be bored when I watch this back.
You might be. Make sure you follow us on all the things, and make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe. Rate it 5 stars wherever you listen to your podcasts.
Who are you? What's your name?
My name is Tim Chantarangsu.
I'm Ricky Shucks.
And I'm Nikki Blades.
Bye.